Hello, everyone. Before I get started with my speech, I also want to take a moment up here to pay my respects to Miss Bragg. She was truly an amazing woman and the best math teacher I've ever had. She cared so much for her students as people, and she managed to make math such an engaging, investigative process. I know she would have loved to be here tonight, and she is sorely missed. Thank you. Now for the actual thing. I would like to welcome Deputy Superintendent Ms. Ball Oliver, School Board President Mr. Moss, District 4 Representative Mr. Kashmar, Principal Butler, faculty, staff, guests, and the class of 2023. Hopefully, high school is able to help in your advancement of the human experience, or whatever. For some, it may pave the way for you to explore future academia, much as it did me. But the much more likely outcome is that it turned you off from the idea of ever being within a 13-mile radius of a Chromebook ever again. Either way, these few formative years of our lives mark the end of our childhood and our transition into independence. I've done a lot of research into valedictorian speeches before writing this, and they all feel like they're made to sound the same. As easy as it would be, I can't with the full conscience suggest that life is suddenly going to be a cakewalk once you take that sheet of paper. I also don't want to suggest that things don't ever get better, though. Soon, we'll be much more free, distanced from whatever has ailed us here, whether it be family issues, intensely frustrating classes, toxic relationships, reminders of our past, or even the truest of evils, College Board. I want to give genuine congratulations to everyone who's made it this far. It's been said at about every graduation every year, but it's not easy. I, too, have struggled immensely to get where I am, and I don't just mean working for the honor of being on this stage in front of a microphone. I want to take the opportunity of being up here to show strength and vulnerability. The accomplishments I've made are only an arbitrary quantification of the extremely abstract aspects of intelligence our society puts value on. My life is every bit as human as all of you, and each and every one of you is as much a human as I. The toils and pains of each of our lives are so abstract and variable, both in nature and in effect. There have been many times in my life when I didn't think I would be able to pull through to this point, when it didn't feel like what I had to go through was worth it, when life became so horribly excruciating that everything I had accomplished, everything I'd worked for, and everything I'd become wasn't worth it. No matter what I did to work on myself and change, it seemed like it would never be quite enough. But luckily this last year has been able to help me recognize hope. I've been through a lot, but my family, the hope of college, medication, and just simple maturity have helped me learn a lot about myself and recognize that I truly do value who I am. I'm sure there are some of you out there who can sympathize with that story, but we all have our different stories. Some of you might not be able to understand what I'm saying at all. We all have our different hopes and our different struggles, different highs and different lows. The complexity of our issues is worthless to compare, but I know every single person in this audience has something that is stuck with them, something they still don't want to talk about, no matter how trivial others may make it sound. Part of life, though, is that those struggles may come back. The future is unwritten and only holds mystery. It holds both new joys and new disappointments. I say this from a place of optimism. I want this speech to be a reminder that we're going to have so many more opportunities to make our lives better. Your life is about to truly be yours. We're going to finally be in control and be able to find the people and the environment that fosters us to make the progress that we want to make. I want to be able to remind you all that our lives have a much greater potential for joy, and even in the darkest of times, progress can be made. Our life is really just beginning, and it is so important to do everything we can to try and not let anything we've been through thus far weigh us down more than it has to. Sometimes the best we can do is be willing to pull through in hope of a better day, to hold on to our dreams and those things and people that are dear to us. Other times, with circumstance permitting, things will seem simpler, brighter, and more hopeful. But still, whatever darkness haunts us, past, present, or future, can seep through. Do everything you can to not let it win, and if it does, don't let us cherish its victory for long. We're all beautiful, complex beings who have been working on refining the art that is ourselves for nearly 2 decades. Each and every one of us should be proud of the person we've become. Never give up on your ability to keep growing and move forward. We'll never be perfect, and life won't ever just be good. We as humans have a very great capacity for darkness, but so do we for lightness. Life will grow more joyous, but there will be storms. So go on and let yourself grow. Look for what could be and be willing to change your perspective on life. Our futures can be so amazing as long as we don't let the hard times outweigh the good. We must learn to hold on to that little bit of light, and it'll begin to shine brighter and brighter, until eventually we can learn to cherish the dark for allowing the light to shine even brighter. Have a terrific Tuesday, class of 2023. Hashtag finish strong, hashtag fins up, hashtag go Sharks.